Hey everyone, Thomas Wynn Railway Journeys here, and this is a video of my Thomas Wynn Railway layout. This layout will be used in the upcoming episodes of my Thomas Wynn Railway series, so please enjoy. As always, I'll give you the bird's eye view of the layout, and we are in a new location, so that means the layout will keep getting bigger and better as time goes on. This is one of the best, if not the best, layouts I've ever made. Mostly because I just said there's like more area and more room to put like certain destinations in one place. And yeah, I really like how this layout turned out. Anyways, let's start off at Knapford Station over here. And as you can see, Knapford Station has been expanded. Yeah, so I was able to buy another one of these stations, Knapford Station, and I just connected the old one to the new one, and I think it turned out pretty nice, and I was able to save a ton of track. So at Knapford Station, we have James pulling a cargo train and Toby pulling the grain car. Now, the line that Toby is on, that's Thomas's branch line, and the line that James is on the main line. So let's start off with the main line. James would go wrap around and sooner or later arrive at the switch. Now, Gordon, let's say Gordon, because he's always on the main line because he pulls the express. Gordon can go both ways because sooner or later, these two lines would just connect with each other again over there. So yeah, before we get into Gordon's line, let's show you this other line. So James can go up this hill. This is just a regular hill. Just like there's no meaning to it. It's just there. And then come down the hill and arrive at the Duke and Duchess's house. Now, he can go up another hill and to this bridge area where Spencer is. And then there's, oh no. And so Spencer can just go through the mountain tunnel or through Gordon's Hill. And sooner or later arrive back on the main line. So it's really just like an extra piece of track. And yeah, excuse me. So Gordon would come up this hill over here, cross this turning bridge or like bendy bridge or whatever you want to call it, and arrive at the Soder Bay Suspension Bridge, which he's at right now. Excuse me. Excuse me, I'm sorry. Anyways, Gordon will come and keep going across another suspension bridge. And I really like this area because there's just 3 suspension bridges in one area. And I really like how that turned out. So Gordon will come around the bend and go down the hill and arrive at Henry's Forest. Oh no, some trees fell over. We can fix that later. Anyways, about Henry's Forest, I don't think I'm ever gonna like expand it or make it bigger. Mostly because I kind of like how it's just one line. And I really don't need to like have it make like 2 lines or like cover one portion of the layout. I just don't need that. So it's just gonna be a small little area right now. Yeah. Anyways, Gordon will come under the Soder Bay Suspension Bridge and arrive at Wellsworth Station. And we have Sir Topham Hatt and a lady there right now, and a passenger. So, Gordon would come and arrive at this crossing right here, go under another Soder Bay Suspension Bridge, and go up Gordon's Hill and go down. We'll get to that in a moment. Over on Thomas's branch line, Thomas, which he's always on platform 1, Thomas would come around this bend and he would reach a crossing. Now this crossing leads off. Oh, I'm not a crossing, switch, excuse me. Now this crossing leads off into the Abbey Repair Shop. This is the works in my layout. I don't ever plan to having it like a big Steamworks. I think this works pretty good. So yeah, this is just gonna be the works in my layout. And yeah, excuse me. Oh, so Topham Hatt is having some issues over here. Okay, I think he's good for now. Good job, Sir Topham Hatt. Anyways, Thomas would come around this bend and arrive at the crossing where we were just at. Sorry, I'm fixing a stop sign that fell over. Okay, and he would just continue along the line and arrive at Elsbridge Station. Now let's get to Elsbridge Station. Here he is right now. He's with Bertie the Bus and another figurine of Sir Topham Hatt. Now off to this little area over here, we have Elsbridge Sheds. Yes, so Elsbridge Sheds, what's in it actually? Oh, well, okay. Anyways, so the thing about Thomas's train, I've added, as you can see, I've added Soda Line caboose to the back of his train, because I think it makes a nice addition, and I think it turns out pretty well, and it looks pretty good on him. And it adds for extra protection, because if there's ever like a runaway train or whatever, it can help him slow down. Anyways, Thomas would go under Gordon's hill, through Gordon's hill, and arrive at this hill where Henry is right now. So Henry is pulling a Knapford Express coach, and this area of the layout, where I can't really explain it, but this little area right here is probably one of my favorite areas in the entire layout, because we have so many destinations. Like, we have the Mountain Tunnel, we have Brendam Bridge, we have Singlestone Tunnel, we have Grain Loader, we have that little diesel tunnel thing, or whatever it is. And yeah, I think this area turned out pretty well, and I really like it. Anyways, Henry would come, and he would go over this Brendam Bridge, and on the bottom of this Brendam Bridge, this is actually the main line. So we ended off at the main line over here where Gordon would be at, and Gordon would just come through the Singlestone Tunnel and over that hill and arrive at that switch over there, and we'll get to that in a moment. So Henry would go over this bridge and arrive at the Grain Loader, a great destination in my opinion. I really like this destination. It just looks so good and fits in really well with anywhere, basically. So Henry would come, continue on, and this switch, connects the main line and Thomas's branch line. But then they just separate once again, so it doesn't really matter. So they would go through this tunnel, and the line on the right side is the main line, and the line on the left side is Thomas's branch line. So Thomas's branch line would go over here and arrive at the transfer table, and Gordon would go over here and arrive at the transfer table as well. So Thomas, actually, let's get over here at the sheds. Let's get an example. So imagine Whiff here was Thomas. He doesn't actually have to use the transfer table. He doesn't have to switch. He just has to go over. If he was on Thomas's branch line, he would just go over and continue along the line. Same thing for Gordon. He would just continue on over there and loop around right back into Knapford Station. So for Thomas and Gordon, they don't really have to use the transfer table or other than to cross it. But Henry, when he arrives over here, since he's on Thomas's branch line, he would have to come over on this line and actually use the transfer table. He would transfer over to the right side and then continue along into Knapford Station. So yeah, it's all just a big loop in my layout until a Vickerstown Station. When I get a Vickerstown Station, I plan on ending all the lines there instead of having them just loop back into Knapford Station. So yeah. Over here we have something I call the Brendam Sheds, because it's sheds by Brendam Docks, of course. So we have Salty, Diesel, Derek, Big City Engine, and Whiff here. I really like how this area turned out, because it's just a siding off into a big sheds area, and it's pretty close to Elsbridge Station, but I think that's okay. And yeah, I like how this area turned out. Now let's get to the other sheds. We have Tidness Sheds over here by Knapford Station. We have Steven, we have Percy, Edward, Stanley, and Hero. I like how this area turned out because Gordon, this line right here, Gordon would just go through the turntable, around that bend, and loop right back into Knapford Station. So yeah, like I said, it's all just a big loop. And yeah, I think that's mostly it for my Thomas Railway layout. I hope you guys enjoyed this video, and have a great day.